If I told you I wasn't a little bit nervous. Right here? Got it. Okay, so we have constant movement in our current society. You know, people are happier when they're mobile. People are figuring out ways that they can work from almost anywhere. People, I think it's just, okay, so there we go. So as you can see, people have figured out how they can work from almost anywhere, whether it's a laptop, whether it's the internet. You know, they can easily escape with their work, which means that they can also escape by themselves and become somewhat alone to do their work. And in thinking about this, I think that it can be a good thing, but it also can be non-productive because humans crave interaction and humans crave working together to a certain degree. This lady over here at Yahoo, she kind of created a stir a couple weeks ago, but we'll just skip that. Anyway, so what I'm saying is that all of the things that I've mentioned before present a challenge, right? So we all need to work together. We all have different things to bring to the table, and they challenge the way we work. And I believe that innovators and creators come together and work together, and the way that they work, I'm sorry, I'm very nervous. The way that they work together, thank you. Anyways, the way that they work together to create new, innovative products is a culture, right? It's a culture of how they create a culture in their office environment. And the culture that they create is very important, and it's very important in the way that they are able to work, and it's very important in what they create. It's not just your typical office anymore that people work in. It's collaboration, or excuse me, it's collaboration over competition, right? So it's just the utmost importance to collaborate. We have the talent, we just need to work together. We have to connect and pool our resources in order to transform our world and our Chattanooga. It's about community over agendas. So community is a priority in everything we do, or should be at least. Finding community among the people you share space with and using that community to build a Chattanooga, a better place, and pooling your resources. So it's also about participation over observation. So any good community member is a participator. And working together in a space where people are not of the same necessarily work background, but right. So it's about doing over saying, and I apologize if you're offended, but in my mind, this lady on the left, Malala, is a doer. And she almost lost her life for being a doer. And the lady on the right is a sayer. And all she does is talk about what she's going to do and then resign. So it's also a good, healthy work environment is about friendship over formality. So not about suits and ties and, you know, formal agendas. It's about coming together, sharing ideas, and yeah. And so it's also about boldness over assurance. The gentleman on his left lost his life in order to save the life of Congressman Gabby Giffords. But he was putting himself out there. And I'm not saying that you have to lose your life over your work, obviously, but you have to be bold in the decisions that you make and not go for the sure thing. It's also about learning over expertise. So I feel like in our life today, we should be learning no matter what stage of our careers we're in, right? So we never quit learning, no matter if you've been in the business for 40 years or 5 years or you're just starting. And I think that it's also about personality, or people over personality. So Bill O'Reilly, he's got that personality that really no one cares because all he does is talk, and you can't get a word in edgewise, right? You want a listener. You want the personality of each individual person to come together to make consensus. And so all of this to say that what I'm getting at is that there's a concept called coworking that is very, very healthy for what we're doing, and it is a shift in the way that we work, but it's a very important shift because it engages all of these things that I've been talking about, right? It inspires community, and more community. It's about building a community and the members sticking, to their principles and being able to take their friendships outside of the space and using those friendships to create good for, basically have a purpose and create greater good for what's going on outside of their immediate realm. And so you might ask yourself, well, how does co-working work? Well, co-working is basically, at the heart of it, shared space, right? And anybody can be in a co-working space, anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a creative or if you're an engineer or you're an accountant or you're consultant, strategist, whatever you might be, you all come together to make a greater good. And all of us to say that when you're in an innovative environment, it only breeds innovation. So you're only as good as the environment as you work in and the people that you work around. So you can, innovation breeds innovation. And then the last slide is just a quote from Steve Jobs, and it sort of sums up what I'm talking about, but it's personal too, in that I just encourage everyone not to settle with where you are in your professional life if you're not happy with it, because I've found in the last 3 months that I've had a major career shift, and it's been the best 3 months I could have ever asked for, and it's because I haven't settled with what I had. So.